Friends, welcome back to P.O.E.Z's Picks. We're going into week 3 of the NFL season, and it's gone by so quick. Now, I've been on vacation, so maybe that's part of the reason it feels like time's just racing by, but we're already at week 3. It goes down tonight as of recording. We're looking at 49ers Giants, and I think we're going to start with the rundown because that's going to get me to talk about each team, and I'll remember the things that I have to say. And then I'll share you my ticket, who effed me big time this week. And we'll talk about all things football, some big injuries. It's not good. Let's go. Jim, I need you to get me that rundown. 49ers Giants. Now, obviously, 49ers heavily favored. Giants have yet to win. Is that accurate? Let me have a look at the standings here. Giants. Oh, no, they won. They beat the Cardinals, right? Right? I've lost track already. It's only week 3. How did that happen? This should be a drubbing. I have one FanDuel ticket with the 49ers to win by 14. Instead of 11, I did an alternate spread. And maybe I'll throw that ticket up here as well. The props ticket for tonight. And we'll see by the time this airs, you'll be like, oh man, that guy wasn't even close. Here we go. I need a lot of things. They're running a promotion right now where the longer your odds are, if you win on that ticket, you get put on a leaderboard, and whoever's got the longest odds after a certain period of time wins big bucks. Which I know obviously is like a little ploy they use to get you to take longer odds, which means less people are going to win, but they're going to want to be on that leaderboard, so they're going to try harder. So what I like to do, and I had some success last week, and I'll put that ticket up right now, the Dolphins-Pats game, was take more bets, more props bets, but more conservative situations, and using the alternate totals to our advantage. I think that's key. And then for the most part, you can kind of work out a story of the game for yourself. Like, okay, this team's going to be trailing, so like I don't want to take any, say, Giants running backs knowing that they're going to have to be passing a lot because I'm assuming that they're going to be down and playing from behind most of the game. So that's kind of the logic here. So here we go down the list. And also you want to take a couple things that like pay okay. If you take things that pay you $1.10, if you bet $1, like that's not good business. So here we go. George Kittle, anytime touchdown scorer. San Francisco 49ers by 14, like I said. Brock Purdy for 200 yards. Now that might be tougher than it seems if the 49ers get ahead and they're just kind of chewing clock. Christian McCaffrey, 60-plus yards rushing. Feels easy. Darius Slayton, 25-plus yards. Darren Waller, 25-plus yards. Now, that's super conservative, knowing that the Giants are going to have to probably throw the entire game. That's very conservative. So hopefully those guys pull through. George Kittle, 25-plus yards. Ideally, he catches a 25-yard touchdown pass. McCaffrey, 25 receiving yards. Now that one I'm a little concerned about because you never know. You just don't know. And Deebo Samuel, 40-plus receiving yards. And it pays $247 on a $5 ticket, so that's pretty good. I feel like that's good value. It was also you get to make a free Thursday bet, and I'm pretty sure that's what that was. Either way, $5 for a chance, and I'm likely going to be glued to that game, and that's really why that's well worth my $5 to be that invested. So that's that. I'm pretty sure the 49ers are going to rock these fools, and that's going to be the end of that. So let's continue on the rundown here. Now that I've gone to my ticket area, I had it all set up. It was all set up nice. So that's the Thursday. Moving on to the weekend, we got Falcons-Lions. Now the Falcons are a bit of a surprise. That whole division's kind of a surprise. The Falcons, the Saints, and who's the other one? Tampa. All 2-0. That's pretty crazy. The other division that's all mostly 2-0 is the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Commanders. The Commanders. But 2 teams I'm watching because I have some stock invested in cards, rookie cards of Desmond Ridder and Sam Howell. So I'm hoping that they can continue to win, just quietly put up numbers, and maybe at mid-season we're like, I'd buy that guy's rookie card for $1,000. And I'll be like, well, I have 6. I mean, that's unrealistic, but you never know. Either way, I think the Falcons' luck kind of runs out because Detroit's a better team than anybody's giving them credit for being, I think. So I think the Lions win that one. The Bills against the Commanders. Now, this one's interesting. I like to do a few $1 tickets where I pick all 16 games or whatever, kind of like a pools ticket on ProLine, and just see. Because the payouts are ridiculous. On a $1 ticket, they can pay out like $30,000, and you never know. So I'm more than happy to throw a loony at that and see what happens. I normally do 1 point spread and 1 money line for $2. But yeah, I took the Commanders on 1. I don't think the Bills are as good as everyone seems to say they are. They're super overrated. I think they're overhyped. And the Commanders are sneaky good. And if the Bills come in and they're looking on to next week or whatever, like, you don't want to sleep on the Commanders because all of a sudden you're down 17 and it's a problem. But, I mean, realistically, probably the Bills will win. I want to be bold in the prediction, but I think like 6.5 points is a lot of points. And I think the Commanders will be able to at least keep that a game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. The Broncos and Dolphins. Now, after watching the Dolphins play the Patriots, the Dolphins look legit. They look really, really good. And I know it all hinges on Tua, but so far so good. So the Dolphins look legit. I think they're going to spank the Broncos. And, yeah. Texans, Jags. This should be all Jags. If you're the Jags, these are the games you got to win against these lower tier teams that just like, it's got to be a guaranteed win. It's got to be automatic. And I think the Jags win. Colts, Ravens. Ravens should continue to keep rolling. It's like they're winning ugly a little bit. At least the first game. It's gross. Like, Lamar's stat-wise, he was okay last week, the week before, not that great fantasy-wise. But again, another one, if you're going to guarantee that you make the playoffs, you got to bowl over a team like the Colts, just like Jacksonville and Houston. Next is an interesting one, Chargers and Vikings. They've got the money right down the middle on it, so it's pretty much a coin flip. The Vikings are favored by 1.5 points. Now, after losing Dalvin Cook, it seems like the Vikings really struggling on the ground. The pass game's still there, but if you can kind of put more guys back when you know that the rush game isn't there. So teams, I think, maybe have the Vikings figured out, at least till they make a change, which they got Cam Akers coming in from St. Louis. So that's neat. We'll see what happens there. That'll be fun to watch. Chargers, Vikings, though, I gotta go Chargers just because I actually watched both Vikings games and they didn't look good at all. So I haven't seen the Chargers play yet this year, but they did just lose that OT game to Tennessee. But they did put up 35 points, so Chargers are probably pretty good. Patriots, Jets. I think the Patriots get their first win this week against the lowly Jets, who just seem like they're a mess. And why did this do this? The app will log you out if you're just like stationary for too long. But like, this person is spending too much money and needs to be logged out for their own good. Where was I? Patriots, Jets. I think the Pats pick up their first win this week. I think it's been a rough, shaky start, but both games were, in reach in reach in the third quarter. Like, it's not good, but whatever. And we'll see. Maybe the Jets figure it out. I don't know. I'm so torn on the Patriots right now. Like, I see flashes of great. The O-line is terrible. I know that. Mac Jones is doing what he can. He's doing the best that he can, but it might not be enough this season. Saints and Packers. They've got the Packers favored by 1.5 points. And I'm not sure why. I don't know. The Packers lost to Atlanta this past week, so I don't know why the Saints would be favored over the Packers, or the Packers favored over the Saints. I guess the Saints haven't really beaten anybody too good, so you're not going to rank them too high. I don't know. Feels like Saints. Feels easy. Titans and Browns. Now, the Browns just lost Nick Chubb, which is just a devastating blow. And some of the headlines that I saw, like, we'll put our best wishes out for Nick Chubb, but it sounds like there's a chance he doesn't play again. And I saw a video of that, and it was nasty. If you're squeamish, don't look up Nick Chubb leg hit. I think with all that nonsense, and I think the Titans are better than they seem, and now the Titans are big underdogs, like 4-point underdogs. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Titans on that one because I think the Browns are in a bit of turmoil. I don't think they're as bad as I think they are, but yeah, I don't know. Panthers and Seahawks. The Panthers are lowly and not very good. And the Seahawks are one of those teams that's better than you think they are. So you got to go Seahawks. Chicago and Kansas City Chiefs. Now this is on paper here the most lopsided game of the week. Now nobody gives the Bears any hope at all. I don't either. It'd be a good week to have Justin Fields in your fantasy, I think, knowing that he's going to be throwing a lot and there's going to be a lot of open space for him to run while the Chiefs are up by 24. That's Chiefs all the way. Then we got Cowboys and Cardinals. I think this is another one. The Cowboys are absolutely going to steamroll the Cardinals. And it's not going to be pretty. And it's not going to be fun to watch. I think it'll be a boring game. They've got the Cowboys favored by 12.5 points. So it should be a drubbing, but we'll see. That's one of those games where the Cowboys can let you down out of nowhere. You got them on your ticket and they just blow it somehow at the end. Steelers Raiders. This one's interesting. I don't really know what's going to happen. I think Kenny Pickett, though, has to start achieving things or my rookie cards are going to take a hit. If you followed along with the shorts, friends, and some of the videos, we dipped into some football cards, me and some of my friends, and we pulled a lot of Kenny Pickett rookie cards, so I got my fingers crossed that Kenny Pickett can do some damage this year. But so far, none. Very, very little damage. Eagles, Bucks. This one's interesting too. Like, I might make a secondary ticket for $5 and just take some of these upsets where, like, these guys are sure that the Eagles are going to win, and I'm not that sure. They looked a little rough against the Pats in week 1. And who'd they play? The Vikings? Well, they looked okay against the Vikings. And then the other Monday nighter, I'm going... I mean, you have to go Eagles either way just because of the way that it looks. But in my heart, I'm going with the Bucks. But it's Eagles. It's got to be Eagles. Rams and Bengals. Now, the Bengals are an absolute mess as well. Like, is Joe Burrow hurt? Is he wounded in some way? Is there a problem over there? I haven't watched them play yet this year. But it just seems like it's not good over there. And the Rams, I don't know. They don't seem that good either, so... This one's tough. I guess you go Bengals, and maybe it's week 3 and they turn it around and start getting back on track. I don't know. Who knows? Friends, that's the rundown. Now, let's get into some fantasy. Let's talk fantasy football just briefly, and that's going to take us in to our next segment, a crowd favorite, from what I understand. We're going to talk some fantasy football and specifically my team. I took a screenshot. I'll post that up now. Here's the situation that I'm in for a flex position. I have all these men, and I could go with, I've got Bourne in there. Could have gone with Cook. Could have gone with Odell. I went with Bourne, and as you can see, he was the best choice by a 0.2 over OBJ. Who I think got hurt in that game. He didn't finish the game. And Cook What's going on? I took that man way too high in the draft. I should have just left him sitting there because he's the worst. Just the worst. And that's going to get us into this guy me big time. This guy me big time. It's a combination of these three guys. Who me big time this week? It's these guys. Kendrick Bourne, Dalvin Cook, Odell Beckham Jr. all me big time this week. This guy me big time. Football card stock watch. Let's have a look at the football card stock watch. Kenny Pickett in the toilet. All we can do is hope that he turns it around. It's so bad. All those cards took such a dip over 2 weeks. It happened so fast. On the plus side, though, the Brock Purdy's. I have 6 Brock Purdy rookie cards. They all took a bit of an upward swing, so that's nice. That's okay. Now I'm looking at guys like Sam Howell. Got a bunch of stock in that. I didn't know who he was when I was pulling him out of the cards, and then I read how, Sam Howell going to get the starting job after the preseason. Like, okay, that could be good. And now they're 2-0, so, we're trending upwards. Same kind of thing with Desmond Ridder. Now, I had heard of him. It was a situation of get some rookie cards low in the off season while there's not a whole lot of hype about the guy and hope that he can turn it around. And he's another one. So I have a bunch of Desmond Ridder rookie cards, and he's quietly 2-0. And they're not really making the highlight reels or anything like that, but they're trending upwards. And that's all you can say. Another one I bought a graded 10 rookie card of Baker Mayfield. He's 2-0, trending upwards, So who knows? Who knows what could happen? This has been the Football Card Stock Watch. Football Card Stock Watch. Just want to take a second to acknowledge the one prediction that I kind of made that is kind of coming true out of the whole hour-long first episode. I didn't call a whole lot correct. The season is young, so those things could still happen. But the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Bills all kind of started slow. None of those teams are 2-0? None of them? Not one of the three? That's crazy. I think that's crazy. So that was kind of correct. And other than that, that's about it. Everything else wrong. Some football cards that I got randomly inserted into the pack turned out to be of guys that are turning out to be pretty good this year. So, and I bought that pack. So, off the shelf. So there should be I should get some credit. Some credit for that. Right? It's the knee-jerk overreaction of the week. If I don't get on that waiver wire right now and get Kareem Hunt and Cam Akers, my team is doomed, okay? I need those guys. Gotta get those guys, okay? I need them. Jerome Ford? Useless. Addison? Are you kidding me? Addison? Useless. I need Kareem Hunt and Cam Akers. It's the knee-jerk overreaction of the week. Here's the ticket, friends. It looks like this. Dolphins, Jags, Ravens, Seahawks, Patriots. It pays $38. It's a little more, conservative. I don't know. My tickets have not come through the first 2 weeks. I did have that one win, though, last week on props, but I can't go through all the tickets with you. I can put up a couple of these. You know what? We got a little bit of time. Let's have a look at some of these season-long active bets that I've done. I'll put the tickets up here. The 49ers to have the best regular season record. Paid 10 times your money. Felt okay. So far, they're undefeated. It's a good start. In the Super Bowl, I called the Bengals versus the 49ers. I bet $5. It pays $155. It's not looking very good right now. The Bengals are not doing their part, but the season is young. Kenny Pickett to throw 30-plus touchdown passes this season. So far, terrible. I think he has 2 over 2 weeks. That's not going to get it done. He's on pace for 17. but I wanted to put a little extra onto those rookie cards. I bet $5. It pays $32.50. The New York Jets to miss the playoffs and the Green Bay Packers to make the playoffs. I bet $5. It pays $25, and I felt like that was going to happen. They offered it up the other way as a boosted prop, and sometimes I'll examine the boosts very carefully because sometimes it feels like they're a trap. Chris Olave to score 10-plus receiving touchdowns. I'd feel better if he had 2 or 3 by now. Not great. Jordan Love to score 5-plus rushing touchdowns in the season. I don't know if he has any yet. I don't think he does. And Desmond Ridder, the same bet, 5 rushing touchdowns in the season. And I don't believe he has any either. I got to look it up. And then they did a promotion where you pick a team to win the Super Bowl. You bet $50 on that team to win the Super Bowl, and for every win that team gets, you get $5 back. So basically, if you can pick a 10-win team, that's a free bet. So I picked the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. So far, I've gotten $10 back on that bet, and it pays $500 if it wins. So let's go Niners. And I also called 5 division winners. I went with 5 because if I tried to call them all, I'd never get it, and it would just feel greedy. But so far, so good on that ticket, too. I chose the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Titans, the Chiefs, and the 49ers, and they're all looking good after week 2, after 2 weeks. So, yeah, not bad. Thanks so much for joining me this week on P.O.E.Z's Picks. Next week, we're going to do our best. We're going to get Zippy out here. He's going to be on the show telling us who effed him big time this coming week. Friends, I wish you luck in all your bets and on all your fantasy teams. Check out our sponsors, www.420dna.com, because if it's in you, it should be on you just like it's on me for all your subtle 420 clothing and apparel needs. Also, check out HoldenRoadsCoffee.com. It's always fresh, never tired coffee with personality. It's my favorite coffee, my wife's favorite coffee. She loves it more than I do. And yeah, it's excellent. Check it out. Check out thevillageglobalnetwork.com. It's a family of radio stations where you can check out all sorts of amazing content, including Culture Shock Radio, Tattoo FM, all sorts of different channels. Just go to the website, check it out. Check out me and the boys wrestling every Thursday if you're a wrestling fan right here on the channel. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, climb up to the top rope, cross body block the notification button so you can always know what's going on. I think that's it. I'll see you next time. Cheers.